And this is historic in Brixton.
Historic.
Yeah, and we're here to stamp it out. And we're not going to have it, officer. Yeah, we're not. If someone has stabbed someone and you get a call, and you respond to that, that's you doing your job. If someone says this guy burgled me, that's you doing your job. But this whole random going up to especially young black youth and telling them that you're suspicious of a robbery or you're suspicious and then stopping them based upon that, that will not longer happen in Brixton. Yeah? That will no longer happen in Brixton unless you have clear, reasonable grounds. We don't want it anymore for our children.
Remind me of your name.
Respect.
You know what I'm saying, bro?
Is this racial profiling, yeah? Racial profiling in Brixton, yeah? What's going on? Why is there black youth coming out of the Brixton station being stopped and searched?
If you want to have a conversation, I'm happy to have a conversation.
We're not having a conversation, we're just documenting the racial profiling that's going on in Brixton that we've been complaining about for 10 years. We're documenting the fact that there's black youth that haven't done anything wrong, there's no reasonable grounds, but they're being stopped outside the station.
Would you like to have a conversation?
What's your name, officer?
It's 2564 is my show number.
2564, what's your name?
PC Ogilvy.
2564, PC what?
Ogilvy.
Ogilvy.
Yeah, if you want to see that.
Ogilvy. Yeah. Okay, so that's...
And so I'm happy to have a conversation around this.
Database.
Okay, so would you like to have a conversation?
No, bro, you don't have to give any details, by the way.
Okay,
yeah?
So I know
if you haven't broken a crime, you don't have to tell them your address. You don't have to tell them where you're going. You don't have to give them any information.
Okay, so
you are not legally obliged to give them any information. You understand that, my brother?
Sorry?
You don't have to give them any information.
Speak to me?
Huh?
Do you want to speak to myself and I can explain? I'm the supervisor here.
Yeah, so what's going on, officer? Why is there racial profiling going on in Brixton right now? Can you explain?
It's not racial profiling. Hold on.
Shut your mouth, man, about stuck my nose in at the last minute. Move yourself. Yeah? You are my public servant.
No one was talking to you.
You are my public servant. You are my servant. You work for me. My tax money goes and funds you. You are my servant. Unless you have reasonable grounds to predict someone is guilty of a crime, you have no powers over anyone.
Hello, sir. Would you like to ask me any questions?
Why is there racial profiling going on in Brixton?
It's got nothing whatsoever to do with racial profiling.
Doesn't make sense.
Okay, there were 4 boys. They were stopped and searched. The grounds have been explained to them. Okay.
No. If you stop and search someone, you have to have reasonable grounds. That means you have to see, smell, touch or hear something that directly links that individual to a crime.
Okay.
Otherwise, police officers, white police officers and Asian police officers that may have racial prejudice against black youth can just stop and search them for no reason. This is why you have reasonable grounds, supervisor.
Okay. What you've said is incorrect. Okay. You weren't here at the beginning. Okay. We don't have to have grounds to suspect a crime. We have suspicion. And what we've seen...
Based upon what? Suspicion based upon what?
The young boys... Hold on. The young boys have been explained their grounds.
The grounds have been explained to them.
And it has nothing whatsoever to do with you.
No, I am a member of the public.
Yes.
And I'm asking what suspicion, what reasonable grounds
doesn't
did you have to
concern
stop
you.
You're not entitled to that information.
Yo, you man, what reasonable grounds did they say they have to stop you? What was the reasonable grounds? What did they see, smell, touch or hear that directly linked you to a crime?
So I'm very happy.
Why do you think you were stopped and searched? Because of your colour. You believe you were stopped and searched because of your race. You believe that these officers stopped and searched you because of your
I'm very
race.
happy to have a conversation.
There's no conversation. You lot have been doing this to us for years, and you don't get tired. You don't get tired of doing it. For years. It's disgusting.
Is there anything you'd like further to ask, sir? Because
there's nothing,
what you
because
said...
you don't need to stopping and search people without reasonable grounds.
Okay, but you have come into the situation at the end.
I've been in this situation 100 times as a youth.
But your situation is yours, and this situation
No, this is
theirs.
a constant thing of the black community. The black community is complaining about this.
It's got nothing whatsoever to do with race.
So why do they feel like they were stopped and searched based upon their race?
People were searched. There's no appropriate adult with them. You can see that they're children.
Okay, it doesn't need an appropriate
It doesn't require an appropriate adult to search them.
Oh, okay.
So what did they say the reasonable grounds was?
That's a really fast answer. I don't believe you anyway.
Oh, okay. So
They just came to us.
that is the answer.
They just came to you.
Because they said that we're walking in because we didn't need to come here. We missed our 14.
You're 14.
And you
Are
searched
you not
it.
disgusted with yourself?
Yeah,
Are you not disgusted with yourself? You terrorise 14-year-olds. Without the badge and the thing, I tell you, look, without the badge and without the baton and without the the powers, you lot wouldn't speak to none of us like this. And this is why the youth are so violent against you. That's why they chased you out of that Angel Town estate. It's not your job to racially profile. It's your job. It's your job. No, listen. It's your job that if you have reasonable grounds, that means if someone gives you a call saying the man in a staff hit someone, then that is you. Now you have reasonable grounds to stop and search him. Yeah? No, if you have reasonable grounds, you had no reasonable grounds to stop and search him. Except for your own prejudice that made you approach them. There's only one thing that makes them different is that they're black youth. That's the only thing. They said that you have not given them any reasonable grounds. You have not told them what you have seen, smelt, touched or heard that directly links them to a crime. If you have not seen, smelt, touched or heard something that directly links to a... No, but 1 minute. If you have not seen, smelt, touched or heard something that directly links these individuals to a crime, you are acting out of your own prejudice. And if you are acting out of your own prejudice, that means you're... 1 minute. There's a political agenda to racially profile black youth. That racial profiling is actually a form of terrorism because you're actually pushing your own political agenda with your power. You're actually acting as terrorists against these children right now.
All what you said is incorrect. No, okay.
So then you correct me.
This is your opinion.
So you correct me.
What I can tell you is that these 4 boys have been stopped and searched legally. They've been given their grounds. It's all been recorded. Okay. They haven't been violated in a way.
We in the community, we want to know what's the grounds.
It's not for me
you
to
can't
tell
tell us the grounds. You know why? Because you don't always do this. You stop them and you say there's been burglaries in the area. You stop them and you say there's been robberies in the area.
Section 1 of what?
These men are foolish. These men are the same man that will stop man and say there's burglaries in the area. Robberies in the area. No, it's not my opinion. You just got hotted up today. Police to Police Global, we will be policing you officers. Sergeant Bartels, of Brixton Police Station, has racially profiled a youth in Brixton today. And he is the supervisor, and he is using...
All I can tell you is that these 4 males have been stopped and searched legally. They've all been given their grounds. It's all been recorded.
What was the grounds that you think we were stopped and searched?
They didn't tell us. They didn't tell us.
There's no grounds. So they're saying that they haven't told the grounds. What was the grounds then?
That's recorded on my camera, mate. So don't lie. And I'm not obliged to say it in front of everyone else.
They're not obliged to even give you their details. They're not even obliged to tell you, man. Don't tell them your name. Don't tell them your address. Don't tell them where you're going because they make you feel like you have to give your details. Did you feel like you was legally obliged to give them your details? So did you feel like after they stopped and searched you and didn't find nothing, you have more power than them? Now they're your servant. Once they stop and search you and they don't find anything, now you can tell them anything you want to do. They don't have any powers, and they don't let you not know this. They don't let the youngsters know this. Yeah? You don't let them know that.
In fairness, he didn't want to give me his details. I told him that's his legal right, and he didn't. So you're lying, aren't you? So you're lying. So this conversation's going nowhere.
I had to give you the details because they took my cards. They took my cards. They took my cards, my Oyster card, everything.
You took his card, you took his Oyster card, you took his Oyster card, and you said that you have to give the details. You lied just now on camera. You took his card, you took his Oyster card, and you said that he does have to give the details.
Ask them. They said I have to give my details to them.
Did you tell them that they have to give their details, officer?
Pardon?
Did you tell them that they have to give their details?
No.
Yes, you did. You put me in handcuffs. You asked me what's my name. You asked me what's my mum's name. You asked me what's my address.
Institutional racism in Brixton. There you have it. Police to Police Global, we're hotting them up. Yeah, you man. Just next time, don't give them no details because these are the biggest bullies. They're the biggest gang. They're the biggest bullies, and we are gonna police them. Yeah, we police the Police Global.
I'm happy to speak about this later or later on today.
You know, I've been doing this. You know exactly what I'm talking about. You know exactly what racial profiling is. You know exactly what these officers do.
Profiling.
And this was racial profiling because there's no reasonable ground to stop them. There's nothing that links them to a crime.
You have come in at
what
the end.
links them to a crime, officer?
Does it need to be linked to a crime?
Yes, it does.
I can tell you, like I said before.
Okay, so okay, outside of something being linked to a crime, how do you get reasonable ground? Without allowing your prejudice.
But what we see that goes around us. All we need, hold on, is suspicion for something that's happened or about to happen.
So basically, you can act. So basically, you're saying you can act out of your prejudice because you can see me.
Prejudice has got nothing to do with it.
My skin and my hoodie could be suspicion.
Nothing to do with it.
Yes, that could be suspicion. You could say I'm suspicious of you because I've got a hoodie on. I'm not saying that reasonable grounds is smell, touch, or hear something that directly links an individual to crime.
crime. If you stop and search someone without seeing, smelling, touching and hearing something that directly leads to their crime, then you can stop them based upon your own prejudices. Now we know there's a lot of institutional racism, we know there's a lot of police officers with prejudices. This is why reasonable grounds is so important. These youth have been stopped without reasonable grounds, based upon suspicion. But that suspicion can be fueled by officers, white officers, prejudices towards black youth in Brixton. That can be fueled. That's why reasonable grounds is historic. And this is historic in Brixton.
Historic.
Yeah, and we're here to stamp it out. And we're not going to have it, officer. Yeah, when you know, if someone has stabbed someone and you get a call, and you respond to that, that's you doing your job. If someone says this guy burgled me, that's you doing your job. But this whole random going up to especially young black youth and telling them that you're suspicious of a robbery or you're suspicious and then stopping them based upon that, that will no longer happen in Brixton. Yeah? That will no longer happen in Brixton. Unless you have clear, reasonable grounds, we don't want it anymore for our children.
Remind me of your name.
Respect.
I really want to carry on this conversation.
Go do your job, officer. There's no time to racial profile anymore, you from our community.
I honestly really want to carry on this conversation. I work in Brixton. I understand what you've said. I really do. I've spoken to you off duty. I probably can't remember me, but you've got a very distinctive name. Okay? So I've spoken to you before, and I want to continue on this conversation.
Alright.
I've spoken to you off duty.
You know, I've lectured at Oxford University, Westminster University of Law. I've lectured against police officers on this. Every police officer, especially the PR police officers, off the camera, they say yes, reasonable ground. But what happens is, the police officers on the beat are using suspicion without strong reasonable grounds, and that can come under racial profiling.
It's happened to me.
And these youth are an example. It's happened to you.
Yeah, it's happened to me.
There we go. Yeah. So this is what needs to be stamped out. Anyway, go do your job. Listen.